So, logos. First, let's see how logos are mostly created. There are in three groups. First one is a text logo. There is only, like in my example, a text. Kerikonnov, that's it. Secondly, there can be added some sort of logo module. It may be a shape or a figure, up or down. In my logo version, it's GK red logo module on top of the text. Thirdly, they may have an extra web page info or a slogan or description added to it. So this is my third version. When you think of a vehicle shape, then it's horizontal. It's longer than higher. So text logo is usually easier to implement to car design. As you add more details to the logo, usually on top or the bottom of text part, it becomes more bulky. This means there are going to be restrictions how large you can make the logo. In my example, if I want to have my red stripe design and logo on the top of it, the more detailed my logo is, the smaller it actually can be. Small means that it is not so easily readable and the distance has to be much more closer that you could read it at all. So your logo is actually a main special detail you have on your car. Firstly, it is your name, and there cannot be another with the same name. Same car, same color scheme, same font, same design layups, yes, but same name, no. Your logo is your first priority to be reminded. Logo has some colors, but usually determine what colors will be used in all your marketing and design. So in my example, this color is red and black, or white as a black opposite color for non-white areas. Let's presume your client, me in this case, wants to have the logo to be more noticeable. You cannot go any bigger, as client requested a red stripe attractor to the car, and that red stripe is taking a lot of space. One possibility is to change the structure of the logo. At first your client will start to panic, but show them design possibilities. For example, in my case, they could be GK module is brought to the front of the text, and with that the logo can be bigger. Secondly, all the top is left for only the text part. You can see only kerikonnov.com there, no logo modules. And logo module has been put to the red stripe, so it's integrated to it. It's still there, but it's not within the logo, so I can make the text bigger. Thirdly, what is even more noticeable, at the same time, larger information version, name and .com has gone to red stripe, and logo GK module remains at the top. Still only the same design details, but three different solutions. In everyone, logo is actually changed. I bet if you showed your client such versions and talk through, then they will agree with you that you can change their logo as it becomes more visible. Maybe only international big companies will not let you do that, as they have the international brand manuals or CVIs for everybody. So ask this and create examples at the same time. You may be surprised. But let's see how ad styles are in action. For a little reminder, and as an example, let's first remember what were the three vehicle advertising styles. They were information mediation, product introduction, image or brand marketing. So let's create a design for me, but keeping the main design details the same. So we have from what we had from video lecture part 1 with my van design with all the details, and let's keep those details for clarity. Nothing added. I'll make my easy fictional version of the design for my company car, and I will explain why I did that. First, information mediation. We have a red stripe, but as most used logo places are only put to driver's door, I wanted to do something different about it than just simply logo on the door. Still only promoting my name and domain, but logo module is actually integrated to the red stripe. When you look at it, you see the GK through it. You understand it's my company logo, and GaryConnov.com in the red stripe is visible. Secondly, product introduction. You can see that I've moved red stripe to a lower part of the car. The angle has gone a little bit steeper. As my picture is added, as this is my personal brand. So you have me as a product, red stripe as a design attractor, and now there has been added also a product information, design solutions. Logo has gone to the front door, as I want the logo to be as big as possible, but keep the red line also. I had to lower the red stripes angle from the front bumper to front wheel arch. This gave me more free room on the front door for the logo. Although this has put the logo on the front door version, but I don't like, but in this case, it's the only visible place I can use. Thirdly, image or branding marketing version of design. Branding is made for a company who has already enough market recognition that they do not need to have their contacts and services promotion anymore. So they can use their design details only. For example, like Nike has their curved logo shape, I would have a red color and logo module, what have my initials in them. This is my like Nike logo module. GK is this for me. As everybody knows that G and K is for Gary Connov, well, wishful thinking, I know, but let's pretend that for this is for now. I don't need more, only this GK. This is branding design only. If you want start with your design, then nobody knows who you are. You are just created business, a youngster. Nobody knows what you are offering or where to contact you. Well, this is pretty, but completely useless at the beginning in your professional journey. Perfect in the branding section when everybody already knows you. One thing you have to consider is the shape of your car. It may need some changing the way you put your logos to the car. I'm going to try to make you an example. For this, I'm going to change my my logo design, so it's easier for you to see what I'm trying to tell you. As I wanted to keep the red color as my company color, I created a new type of logo. Only text, but with .com added a red background, so kind of neat new logo. There are 4 ways to add information to your vehicle. As you see on the top, the horizontal way. It's the horizontal with the ground level. I call it angle 0. Following the body line, usually this is the lower part of the window or door handles line. You see, it's kind of tilted. Every car is actually having this type of, that the car is moving slightly upper in the door section. Even Elon Musk's Cybertruck has it upwards at the back. Thirdly, the average between horizontal and body line. So it's between those lines. This is used if vehicle is having a really steep angle as body line, and if lining with that makes the text and logos appear really weird angle. At the same time, if you are using with this ground level horizontal positioning, then the steep body angle will start to influence and distort the text you see so much that they appear to be tilted from one side only. This is optical illusion, as there will be more body space at one side of the info than the other side. The fourth is a tricky one. I call it knowingly disrupting. This means that you will put specially wrong the logo to the car. This is so wrongly that everybody will understand that this is put there with purposely different. Same principle applies text applications also, and whatever angle you're going to use for one detail, you have to keep all other details and text symbols, icons and so on at the same angle. If you're not doing this, then it looks like you would have done a bad job, as they will not create symbiotic structure with the car. Keep the lines same on same side, and the other ones are in a mirrored position. This was the easy one when you had only one logo in your car. But what if you have many logos in your car? If you think of racing cars, then they have all the sponsor logos put to the car, usually where they fit, as they want to make advertisements for the sponsors. I get that, but I have never got the idea how they are putting the logos to the car. There is no structure. It's like swarm of logo bees. Have you ever tried to keep an eye on one particular bee in a swarm? It's pretty hard work. So why make the cars designed like that? Make them more easy to view, and your sponsor will get more attention than just being one of the many. Same principle applies to business vehicles. Let's presume you are a wholesaler of different brands and you want to represent their logos. I am not going to argue with the idea why they are put to the car. Everybody hopes that other logos, usually globally known brands, will rise their reputation of the presenter also. Sometimes it does, sometimes it's not. In my mind, it all depends how the logos are represented. In one day, I tried to chase down one Toyota van. It was full of different logos and text and mentions of air climatization subjects. As I'm not an expert of climatization, I do not know who are the main manufacturers in this world and what are the sentences and terms mentioned they would meant. I wanted to make a picture of it in the traffic, but taking a photo in a moving car is not advisable in the traffic, so I couldn't. I tried to find the name of the van's owner, the company's information, so I could look it up in the internet. Unfortunately, as we were moving in the traffic, I couldn't understand what is the name I need to remember. A lot of logos and text, and none of them presented in a way that I would understand with whom I have to contact for service. A lot of work has done with the design and taping the van, but I couldn't understand what logo I had to watch for. So they were advertising every manufacturer in the world or themselves to sell or service them. It was simply a colorful masquerade. Don't you do that, ever. If your client asks for this, please try to persuade for the other solution. It doesn't work, even if it should be a racing car, for example. So how you group different logos? I will show you an example what I created for one of my clients. My client was home appliance repair services who was specialized for AEG, Electrolux and Zanussi products. We made them 3 solutions. What was sure that the upper part we reserved for company name. This is the main name what needs to be brought to viewers' attention. You, your client's client must understand that they are looking at your car. It's not AEG, Electrolux or Zanussi car. The 3 global companies are billion times more known, but still they're just there to let people know that this less known company is so professional that the large companies have trusted them to repair their appliances. So those other logos are important, but not more important. Finally, we minimized all of them to same level, same height, but significantly smaller than the company's own logo. Then we made them to a monochrome version, all black. This eliminated the who is more colorful wins the mentality. Most logos are created with monochrome logo versions also, so just ask for this permission to use them or look up it in brand manual. With same height and proper free space between them, we managed to reduce their own competition between them. They were there, but now they were equal. So we created 3 different logo areas for this. Firstly, we followed the body line, where all 3 logos, as you can see on top, were aligned in a straight line. Secondly, we created a horizontal version of the logos. This is basically the same like the first one, but we put it to the ground level where the horizontal line is affecting it. third one is a central alignment. We put the logos in the same place on the side door, but they were in a central alignment. So they created their own logo area, and it was easy to viewable. So in that way, you can get the presentation for all logos, but at the same time you keep the attention on the name of the service provider. Service provider, your client, is the most important information in your car. You can also create your own logo area. Actually, just take one body detail and make it to different color, and then you put your logos over there. In the line of correct shape, they are more easily to read than in a swarm. Tip for the racing car owners actually. I understand that you want to show your sponsors as big as possible, but do not forget that your car will be usually on the move. Secondly, there will be pictures. In those pictures, you must present that this is your team car, so others could also find the way to your homepage. Maybe get a new sponsor also. But show your own team info. This is essential. Usually, this is the smallest info in the car, but how the new sponsor or somebody who sees your racing picture in the magazine or internet gallery could find you. If it sees only your largest sponsor, for example, liquid moly ad in your car side, or a swarm of different size and color logos, keep them constructed, it is easier to view and read. If we are talking about logos, then if you want to make your logo more noticeable, then instead of making your logos simply bigger, then you make them from some not usual material. It can be a reflective material, but it also can be a mirror effect vinyl. There are many vinyl films out there in different colors. For example, silver, golden, green, orange, and so on. I can show you them. They are reflecting really well the light, and they get the attention. This is not your everyday solution, but sometimes is absolutely in a correct place. Do not be afraid to create something different, but remember that this is rather a branding solution, as this is glimmering material and is not always easy to quickly be viewable, as they are mirroring every reflection and light refraction. This may at some viewing angles disrupt logo understanding, but it creates a good effect.